I am Jambari Moreau. We just left Wings practice. Today was very insightful and very exciting. There are only a few days left before the Dallas Wings tip off their first game of the season. It's a home opener against the Minnesota Lynx. One of the best teams in the league, the Minnesota Lynx, are able to go to the WNBA Finals, led by NaLyssa Collier, who a lot of people are picking for the MVP of the WNBA for this 2025 season. Collier finished last year winning the Defensive Player of the Year award. She also managed to take her team to the WNBA Finals, where they were upset or defeated by the New York Liberty. The Dallas Wings have been preparing a lot throughout this week and through the course of the training camp to get ready for this game in particular, as this game will serve as a huge litmus test for what this Wings team is getting ready or can accomplish this season. For Paige Bueckers, this opening game, it brings a lot of excitement as she will be playing against her hometown team, as she hails from Hopkins, Minnesota, where she dominated the high school basketball circuit before ending up in the University of Connecticut and winning a championship and then being the number one pick to the Dallas Wings. Bueckers also today was named the creative director at DoorDash, something that we had been speaking about since Media Day and before when she was in college talking about ordering wings from the platform app. This is what she had to say about all of that.
Paige, what are your thoughts about being named the creative director with DoorDash?
Very cool. I've been a fan of DoorDash, been using DoorDash for a really long time. Spent a lot of money on that app, so to be able to partner with them, do cool things, creative things, donation things, and partner with them has been really cool to do that.
Season right around the corner. How excited are you to get this finally going and get your name out there?
Yeah, very excited. We've been growing together at camp. We're technically still in the training camp portion, and we're still learning and growing to get better, putting things in, learning each other. But to finally get the season started, games started, it all happens extremely fast. The season's really long. We have games almost every other day, lots of travel. The first 2 weeks are heavy on the road, so it'll be fun. We're all excited to get going.
What do you think about starting against the Lynx? How much did you go to their games and Target Center growing up? Like a little full circle?
Yeah, definitely full circle. I went to a lot of their games growing up, watching them dynasty play. I was their biggest fan, and now I'm a part of a different organization playing against them. So definitely a really cool experience. Don't take it for granted. The shoes that we feel, all of us. So it'll be cool. It'll be really cool and fun. Sort of surreal. I didn't believe it at first. There's a lot of things that's for the so you never know what to trust. It's so surreal. I don't know, it's crazy to me that they would name the city after me, but it's just a big deal better.
What have been some of the focuses for yourself and the team in training camp throughout this week?
This week been focusing on offensive and defensive execution, congesting, disrupting, dictating on defense, and then getting to our space and our shapes on offense and executing. If we call a play out of a timeout, the sets that we already have, putting in new sets, and then just tightening up on our defensive transition skills, and overall just tightening up on those sides.
Okay, I gotta ask this question. So again, you're in collaboration with DoorDash. How much have you think you spent ballpark on DoorDash?
I don't want to talk about it honestly. Just say
it's enough for them to want to call you.
yeah, it's enough for me to want to call them. It's enough for them to see the receipts and be like, yo, you probably did something wrong. It wasn't.
Does it appear that stars have aligned here in Dallas for 2 number 1 picks in the WNBA and the NBA to be coming here this season? And what do you think about Super Flag?
Yeah, that's another thing that I didn't think was real at first. This season, I think 1.8% odds to get the first pick, but I believe God makes no mistakes, so that happened for a reason. So it doesn't take it for granted that he's the number 1 pick as of right now. We have to wait to hear his name get called, but if that's the case, which it most likely will be, that'll be super exciting for that entire organization. He's not on the rebuild, and he already has a great team in front of him, so to add him to our championship level team is very nice.
Paige, you get
I watched a lot of his games in college. I know he's a fierce competitor, two-way player who plays both sides of the game. He's used to winning in so many different ways. I got to meet him at the SB, so when he won the Gary National Player of the Year, really that's good. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be exciting to get to know him more.
Paige, you get to your spots without forcing like the action. How much do you feel like that's familiarity with the system or just your individual growth?
Yeah, I think from high school, from college, we've always played in a system where no person was bigger than the team. We love sharing the ball, we love giving the actions, making the extra pass, not forcing things, just getting things within the flow of the offense. Obviously, there'll be times where you'll have to create and you'll take tough shots, but you try to limit those as much as possible and take the best shot available. So definitely something that I think I've grown accustomed to in the systems that I've played in, but what Chris is trying to build here in the world in this system.
How much has it changed that you're going to be playing on WNBA on Friday? For all these years, after all the work you've done, has it sunk in that you're here?
No, it still hasn't hit me. Wake up every day. The fact that I'm going to work is crazy. So just to think about it that way, to get to do this for my job and what I love the most, it's an extremely big blessing. And it's hard to even just sit around and appreciate where you're at.
You seem to have just such an effect on people. What do you think it is about you?
I think through my faith, you try to live with peace and joy and just like a level of, excitement about life, appreciation of life, gratitude for life that's contagious amongst others. You try to connect with everyone. God is love, so you try to replicate that as much as possible. You show love to everyone around you. So I think trying to be like him, feel that presence, and then just loving to have a good time.
There'll be a dance video before and after.
A dance?
A dance video.
Neither.
Before at the dance.
Neither. Nope.
Additionally, NaLyssa Smith, someone who is itching for a new game and a game to play, spoke about the Minnesota Lynx. She also spoke about being here from Texas, and she talked about the versatility that this team has. This is what Smith had to say.
Season just right around the corner, just a couple of days. How you feeling about going into it with what you guys have built for training camp?
I'm super excited. Coming down to our final roster, we have a lot of great players, a lot of people that's bring something to the team and help us out. So I think going into the game on Friday, we're really prepared and I'm excited for it.
Now, what are some things that stand out about Minnesota as a matchup, as someone who's faced them?
It's a great team, championship team. They have NaLyssa Collier. They got a lot of great players that, have been in MVP conversations. So it's going to be a tough game for us as our first game, but we're excited for it.
What are some of the things you have to change with your game on the Wings team?
Change anything? I don't think change anything. I think just more embracing, just different roles and running the floor harder, rebounding harder, getting to my spots where, I know I can score from post, short roll, stuff like that. So I'll say more just embracing it.
Do you see more post-up shots for you? I see you getting on there yesterday.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. I think that's, my bread and butter. I came up with post, so I think just embracing it.
Does it feel any different being back in Texas? Obviously you played here with your other teams, but now that you're back here, not too far from home, not too far from college, is it a little bit different for you now?
Oh, for sure. I love Texas. This is where I'm from. I got a lot of family and friends. I think Texas is just a great place to be. The weather, the food, the environment. So I love being here. I love playing here. So I'm excited to be here.
Without giving anything away, officially, how do you approach the task of this current thing?
I think just being physical. A lot of players don't like physicality. I think if you bump her early, you can maybe set her off a little bit. So I think that team defense, everybody just, pulling for each other, helping each other.
How is the connection with you and Maisha built the more you play small ball lineups alongside her?
I think our relationship has grew huge. We played together overseas before, so just little spurts of that. We're finally just, putting the pieces together. Maisha knows how to find players. I think her passing is her best attribute. So just playing with her is easy to play with her. She's always looking for people. She's really selfless, so I like playing with her.
What are your thoughts on the versatility of this roster?
I think it's great. I mean, you have players that can do everything. You got shooters, you got attackers, you got people that embrace defensive roles, people that want to run hard, play hard. So I think everybody just putting that all together in games is kind of great.
And lastly, we spoke with head coach Chris Koclanes, who spoke about the basketball IQ of his rookie point guard and Paige Bueckers, and spoke about the fact that she's a hoops junkie. He spoke about the fact that he's really excited for her to get out to the floor and see what she can do against the Minnesota Lynx. This is what head coach Chris Koclanes had to say.
What were some of the focuses that the team had today, and how do you think the team has continued to grow ahead of the first game?
Yeah, today was a big focus on our offense. Just continuing to build chemistry, get comfortable with our initial spacing and shapes, and generating the speed that we want to play with. So, yeah, I thought we short and sweet, good productive day today, got better.
Well, Ty Harris didn't play, in the last preseason game. Just how has her status been this week, and just anything you can share on that?
Yeah, she's been full go here in practice. Really excited to have Ty rejoin the group for many reasons, but on and off the floor, she's just the leader. Brings an organization and a level of calm that this group can really feed off of.
How challenging is it to bring a squad together in such a short amount of time where the chemistry isn't quite built yet, or do you try to build that throughout the season?
Yeah, I think it's we talk about the balance of you never want to force anything, and you want to create spaces to allow relationships, trust, and respect to develop, and also you want to be intentional about trying to expedite that process. So I think we've done a pretty good job with team meetings and events, and just creating some opportunities for them to build those relationships off and on the court.
Speaking of balance, what's the balance between Paige getting freedom as a point guard and then more discipline, stuff that you want to see in a game?
Yeah, I've really given her a ton of freedom early, and probably too much in terms of not free. I mean, I trust she's gonna go make plays, but I think I can help her more early. So I think I've taken for granted just how smart she is and how quickly she can pick things up, and so maybe just giving her a little more direction and helping her earlier, to where then she's fully in control and has the ultimate confidence in how the floor looks and how we can get certain players into certain actions and get the ball where it needs to go. So.
Last year the team lost Satu and of course Koclanes. How important is it going into a game of this magnitude size-wise?
Yeah, we have. I like our post game with NaLyssa and Maisha and Teaira. You got Joyner on the roster. You got Maddie. I like our size. I like our compete. I like our versatility more than anything. So we can do some different things on both sides of the ball. And more than anything, I'm gonna love our effort and our compete.
You talked about being impressed by Paige and her ability to initiate the offense. Just how impressed have you been with maybe the learning curve, learning terminology and just being a decision maker?
Yeah, she's a hoop junkie. She just devours whatever you tell her, and is so quick to put it into action. So you couldn't ask for more really from a rookie.
You have the number one pick for getting paid, and then the Mavs just get that number one. Do you feel like the spotlight is going to be on Dallas basketball?
Dallas is the place to be. So it's an exciting time to be here. And my job is to make sure that light gets shine on all these players. So it's about them and helping them and putting them in positions to be able to do what they do best.
Thank you.
With that being said, make sure y'all sub to the YouTube. This was practice today, and we'll get back to you. Deuces, y'all. Make sure you check out MorrowSportsMedia.com, where we break down and we speak about more in depth about Paige Bueckers, about a bunch of your favorite athletes. We got an article posted there now, and we'll be posting the top 100 WNBA players for you to check out. And check out our YouTube page. Make sure y'all sub to the YouTube. And make sure you also check out our social media pages, as we're on Substack, we're on X, we're on Twitter, we're on Blue Sky, we're on YouTube. Lemonade, Facebook Reels, Threads. You tell us, we're on it. But make sure y'all check it out. Moreau Sports Media, same handle. And sub to the YouTube. Deuces, y'all.